Bob, there's a step beyond goals, which is also greatly impacted by one's paradigm. And you've touched on this a bit earlier, but I wanted to drill a bit deeper. And that's a person's life purpose. In fact, this is a topic that some people obsess over for years. You might say it's one of the great questions of human existence. The idea of purpose has been discussed and debated by philosophers and theologians for thousands of years. It is what drives most of our world religions, the idea of what is life all about? What is the meaning of life? And I'd love to get your insights on this, specifically how you define purpose, and specifically how one's paradigm can affect how we perceive our purpose. How can one settle on a life purpose rather than the people who are continually searching and navel gazing their whole life, but never end up concluding anything?
I think, first of all, you have to take into consideration that you do have a paradigm. I've got one, you've got one. And the paradigm dictates how well I'm going to do today, tomorrow, and in the near future. And if I want to do better than what I've been doing, I'm going to have to change the paradigms. I'm on a constant educational process of changing my own paradigm, improving it. We must understand there's a good part of your paradigm that's very good, and it serves you. The paradigm is your habitual way of living. Paradigm causes it. And some of the things you do are very good. They're good for you, they're good for other people, and they're creating good in your life. So the paradigm's not all negative, it's both. I want to turn more of the bad ideas that I've got or my bad habits into good habits. So I work at that every day, and I probably will until I die. I went away for about 3 days with a couple of friends, and I worked on my purpose. My purpose is to live and work in a prosperous environment that encourages productivity and pleasure so that I can improve the service I render to my family, my community, my company, my nation, and ultimately the world. It's one of service. It'll take me over 3 days to figure this out. Your purpose is something you should spend time at. It's your reason for getting out of bed, and it'll help you make a lot of decisions. I mentioned earlier I have, because of the position I'm in, I have a lot of people offering me great opportunities that are pretty interesting and could earn a lot of money. Some of them I'm not remotely interested in because they're off purpose. If it's on purpose, then I'm interested. But if it's off purpose, like I think Marshall Fields said, real estate's the only way to earn money. Well, I don't necessarily agree with that. There's a lot of money earned in real estate. I'm not remotely interested in real estate. I like owning my own home, and I'm not interested in real estate. That would be right off track for me. My purpose is what I'm doing, is live and work in a prosperous environment that encourages productivity and pleasure so that I can improve the service I render to my family, my company, my community, my nation, and ultimately the world. And that's what I do. I do it every day. I start early in the morning until the early evening. I do that. And if a person has not found their purpose, I would recommend that they set aside 10, 15 minutes every morning. Take and put a pen and a pad someplace where it'll be quiet that you could go and sit. If you drink coffee, you may make yourself a cup of coffee and go and sit there. And you're thinking, what do I love doing? Because what I said was my purpose. I love doing that. I love it. What do I love doing? There's where you're going to find your purpose. Your purpose. I believe I think we're all hardwired to do something great with our life. We've been given enormous talent and ability beyond the scope of our imagination. But if we don't find the purpose, we won't use it. And if we don't find a purpose, we'll probably be running from one successful venture to another and always frustrated because it's never what we want. Don't get enough satisfaction from it. Earl put it very well, Earl Nightingale. He said, you don't go to work for money. You go to work for satisfaction. You provide service to earn money. And so if you're on purpose, you're going to get tremendous satisfaction from how you spend your days. I do. I just get tremendous satisfaction because everything I do is on purpose. And so that's, I think, how you do it. You go and sit down and do it until you arrive at the one you want.
That's great. And it was your experience, Bob, that this is something that is created, your purpose is created by you, or was it a feeling of it being discovered, or both?
No, it is discovered. It's a good point. And because I neglected to say that. A purpose isn't something you decide on. Purpose is something I really, truly believe you discover. I watched a woman one time on television, a very good looking, reasonably young woman. She was being interviewed. She had been a dancer in a chorus line in Las Vegas. And she said, I knew I wasn't a good enough dancer to be a star. So she said, I knew I'd never be the star. So I quit. And she said, I love baking pastry. And I moved to France. And I got jobs working with some of the best pastry chefs in France. At the time I was watching her being interviewed, she was one of the best pastry chefs in the world. She loved baking pastry. Now, see, when she quit doing the dancing, she went and did what she loved to do. She loved baking pastry. Now, here's another point to this, Dan. A lot of people are thinking, but I can't earn any money at that. It's like the story I told you about the doctor. And I said, it doesn't matter whether you're earning money if you love what you do. Think of the number of people that don't love how they spend their days. I love what I do every day. If that's important, you can earn money on all kinds of side ventures. You provide service to earn money. Now, the fact that you can earn some money working as a doctor, you may not be able to earn as much as you want, but the fact you can earn any is a plus because you're doing what you love, so you're getting tremendous satisfaction and you're earning some money too. So it doesn't matter whether you earn money or not. What matters is, do you love it? So I think it is discovering it because I do really, truly believe we are all hardwired to do something great.
That's beautiful, Bob. And that also reminds me what you just said there. Earl also used to say that riches come in two forms, tangible, so you might call that money, if you will, or material things. And he used the term psychic, which we might call spiritual or that of the heart, fulfillment. So what you're talking about, Bob, is that, yes, you could be a very wealthy person indeed in terms of spiritual riches. And like you say, you could find ways to earn money, maybe being a doctor or whatever. But if you are able, even part-time, to be able to do what you love to do, that brings those spiritual riches, which are many ways greater than material riches, are they not?
Oh, to be sure. Yeah, I remember him saying that. Psychic income, material income. Psychic income is the satisfaction you get from how you spend your days. That's what we're talking about. The material income, of course, is the amount of money you earn. And it's all based on the law of compensation. He taught us that, called it the formula. The income you earn is in direct ratio to the need for what you do, your ability to do it, and the difficulty there is in replacing you. The need for what you do, there's got to be a tremendous need for what you're doing. Then you got to get really good at it. Then you're very difficult to replace. So true.
Session 4, Paradigm